Welcome back to another episode of Who Got the Aux. I hope you enjoyed the previous episode where I discussed if you should build or destroy a relationship. If that's something you think you're interested in, feel free to check it out before or after this episode. On this episode, we're going to discuss, dang it, I go blank every time. On this episode, we're going to discuss how not to lose yourself in a relationship, how to be an individual in a relationship, and the importance of each person in a relationship having their own things, their hobbies, stuff that they do on their own to kind of fulfill what they like to do. Maybe stuff that they were into before they met said person, right? So for the most part, people, on the surface think a relationship is you're supposed to love every minute together. You're supposed to spend every second together. There should never be any arguments. There should never be any disagreements. This is surface level thinking, right? I'm sure many of you who are in relationships, especially long-term ones, are probably rolling your eyes, right? Like, yeah, no, it's not how it works. Believe it or not, it's actually okay sometimes to take a break from each other. Now, I'm not saying take a break like how people do when they are breaking up and then they want to see other people take a break. I'm like, no, we're still happy. There's no issues. We're in a happily committed relationship. But today I want to play Call of Duty or watch football or work on my content or go running or read a book. And your partner might want to work on a planner or reorganize their office or watch their shows separate from you. Like they just want to watch it unimpeded without questions, without people not paying attention or without people distracting them. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm here to tell you that. There's nothing wrong with taking a break when in the confines of your relationship when it comes to that, right? The same thing for doing everything together, going everywhere. Like those things are great. I'm not saying that you don't do that, but I'm saying if there comes a time where you feel like, I don't feel like doing that, or I don't want to go, you don't want to feel guilty, or you don't want that other person to make you feel guilty as if you're not still putting 100% into the relationship. Like, a healthy relationship requires balance, right? You can't do too much you can't go too far one way or the other. You can't spend no time together because that could be a possible issue. And you can't spend all of your time together because, just like anybody else, partner, friend, coworker, parents, you're together for so much. You're waking up, you're sleeping together, you're going places together. Sometimes you can get frustrated or annoyed of the person. These are things that are okay to say in a relationship. I promise you. Just because you're saying that or you feel that way does not mean it's not reflective of your current relationship. It just means that you've probably been together for a very long time and you do not have anything outside of that relationship going for you. Which gets me to my next point, in the case of how not to lose yourself, right? What I mean by that is some people will get in a relationship and because they aren't taught correctly how to be in one, or they've never seen an example, they only go with what they think how a relationship will work. Meaning we're supposed to be together all the time. Like these movies, these celebrities, whatever influence they're getting, we're together all the time. We're supposed to celebrate each other big. We're supposed to quote each other on Instagram. We're supposed to always post each other. We're supposed to. I always say that whenever you're in a relationship, if anybody is saying we're supposed to, you're supposed to, that's already like an issue, right? Because no one is supposed to do anything. Each person, each situation is different. Each individual is different. So what you're supposed to do is come to an agreement with each other in the confines of your relationship, not what somebody else is doing. So that's already going down the wrong road, right? But not losing yourself is if we play fantasy football, right? And, to most people, I'm not going to say women only, but, people think that's stupid. People think that's pointless. But if you're in it, you know how it is, especially if there's money on the line, the competitive spirit, the trash talk, it makes watching sports fun. If you're in it, you know how fun it is. If somebody's not with it, either one, they have to understand that that's what you do. So don't give you a hard time because that's your thing. But also, too, you have to stand up for that as well. See, a lot of people are afraid of confrontation in a relationship, are afraid to piss the other person off or quote unquote ruin the day. But if you are passionate about doing something, you need to get that done for yourself so you could be a better version in the relationship. Because if it starts there, like, okay, well, I won't do that. It's like, who watch footballs on the week? Okay, do that. You playing video games? Okay, I won't. You're losing yourself. You're slowly losing yourself, right? And vice versa. I don't know what would men complain about women. You know, why you got to wear all that makeup? Like, if she wants to wear makeup, she can wear makeup. Why you got to wear those clothes? Or what are general statements? You know, why we got to watch, you know, Teen Mom or trash television, as they say. If that's how that person likes to fulfill their free time or like to spend their time with themselves, you have to allow that. Again, it's better for both people to step away for a minute, go into their own world, recharge, catch up on whatever they're doing so they can come back and be a better version in the relationship. But you don't want to lose yourself out of fear of confrontation. You don't want to lose yourself out of just thinking that as long as I do everything this person wants me to do, then everything will be okay. Because if you're hearing this and you've been through that situation, you could probably vouch and say that didn't turn out good, right? You did everything they wanted to do and they still left. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Or have you heard that story? You gave up everything. You gave up family time. That's another thing too. Relationships is hard. I'm going to make a video about that, about how to balance that time, especially around holidays. But no one should be sacrificing time with their family. That should be compromised. My wife and I, like our weekends during the summertime, we are at this party, this thing, this birthday, this graduate, this job. Like we try to make everything because we hold family just as important as the other do. So you don't want to get to the point where you're sacrificing everything, not sacrificing, but like sacrificing what you do is, I won't do that for the betterment of the relationship. I won't do that for the betterment of the relationship. And then that person ends up not reciprocating that because that's what you would expect, right? Like I gave up all this. I was, when it's my turn to do something, you want to do it. To them, it's like you just going with the flow in the relationship. Like I didn't know it was a give and take. I just thought you just was down to do everything I wanted to do. So that is a conversation that would have to be had. It's like, no, I would love to do these things, but I don't do them because you want to do these things. And then you guys got to start finding the middle ground of, okay, well, we'll do some stuff you want to do, some stuff I want to do. And then it's okay sometimes to do things separately. I know on the last episode, I said that, if people don't meet you on your side and it's always about them, that's a bad thing. The difference is that's them not coming to your side. That's them never doing things you want to do. Like they're putting their foot down. Like I only do what I want to do. That's a bad thing. But when two people in a healthy relationship mutually goes, I'm going to be in here, I'm going to be in there. We do that all the time. Like as much time as we spend together, we live together, we travel together, we do everything together. We go out to eat, we go to family events. But sometimes when we're in the house and we don't have anything on the schedule, she'll be like, oh, I'm going to go in my office and work on some crafting and planner. And she does all those cool things and stickers. And I'll be like, oh, okay, I'm going to go in the studio and record, or I'm going to go downstairs and play Call of Duty, or I'm going to go downstairs and watch TV or go to the gym or work out. Like, we're okay. Like, all right, see you later. Like, it's a mutual thing. Like, we're going to do our own things for a few hours. That's healthy. At least to me, that works. And it allows you to be an individual. Because see, what happens is when you get in a relationship, you become such and such as girl, or such and such as guy, such and such as husband, such and such as wife. You get more titles, parents, that's such and such friend, in-laws, and you get further away from you. It's a while when somebody has addressed you as you. You usually get that when what? You go out with your core friends. Now they're just talking to you as the individual you are, the stories. They're not treating you like you're in a relationship or you're this person's husband or wife. They're treating you like the individual you are. And sometimes you need that to remind yourself, one, who you are, and two, to refill, recharge, and, have that guy time, have that girl time. And that's another thing. You got to be okay with that, fellas. Like if she wants to go out with her girls to a brunch or to a club or do whatever they want to do. My wife went to goat yoga one time. I'm cool with that, so I didn't go. And vice versa, women. If you guys want to go out and watch the game, watch the fight, or just go to a brewery or a bar, have a good time, don't stress them out on that. Now, obviously, it's case by case. If you're in a situation where the person's always going out and all that, cool, handle that how you want to handle it. But in a steady relationship, do not give that person crap for wanting to go hang with their core friends, because that's good for the relationship at the end of the day. They got to have that time. They got to have that space. They got to have that peace. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a guy, you don't want to get talked to all the time, as a parent or as a husband or as a father. Like, sometimes you want to talk to is the dude that you known in 19, 20, 20 years old college. Remember these stories and cursing and being obnoxious. You got to unplug. You know what I'm saying? We walk around with these titles and with these caps on our head. Like, oh, I got to be like this around this person. And, I'm a professional. I'm an adult. I'm a homeowner. I'm a mother. I'm a father. Sometimes you just want to be you. Sometimes you want to kick back. I tell my wife that all the time. It's like, as much as I love us going places, when we go places together, I'm in husband mode. Like, the doors open, make sure you good, your food, your drink, whatever, your space. If we checking in a hotel, like, I'm just making sure she's okay, right? Which I have no problem with. That's not an issue. But sometimes it's cool to go by myself, and that, not stress, but that, that thing us men carry where it's like, oh, I only got to worry about myself out in this place. You get what I'm saying? Like, I can just go to a bar with my homeboys and just chill and just drink, and I only got to worry about me in this public. So I don't have to worry about somebody looking at my girl, trying to talk to her, or trying to be disrespectful, or if she goes somewhere and she's going to, those things that we worry about. It's cool to just be relaxed. And I'm sure it's the same thing for the women. I can't speak on it because I'm not a woman, but I'm sure you guys like to go and not be tending to your partner, your husband or boyfriend all the time, and just be with your girls and talk that crap and be, ratchet in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Like, not in a negative way, but you get what I'm saying? Like, just laid back and chill. Like, and you come back, y'all miss each other, whatever, and then boom, you rekindled a little fire right there. Easy. You took care of yourself, and now you're in a good position and good spirit to take care of each other. So I think that is something to keep in mind in these relationships. One, do not have fear about, doing things that you love to do in spite of, obviously it's a case by case situation. I get it. I have people in my comments like, yeah, but this extreme situation. I'm like, I understand that. I'm just saying in a general thing. Don't lose yourself in a relationship. Don't be afraid of confrontation. Don't be afraid, if somebody's going to get mad, because you got to do for you. And don't lose yourself. You gotta, those things that you love prior to being with this person, you gotta find a way to fit those in. That has to be a priority. You can't just be like, okay, I'll just shut down everything about me, just be with you, because you'll wind up disappointed 100%. And finally, did I leave anything? Women be okay hanging with his guys, men okay hanging with his girls. People assume a good, healthy relationship is where they do everything 24/7. I'm here to tell you, sometimes you don't. A little break is good. So yeah, I pretty much covered everything. It's okay to take a break in that sense, but those other breaks I don't know nothing about. Thank you for listening to another episode of Who Got the Aux. Full audio on WhoGotTheAux.com. Who Got the Aux, one word. YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Who Got the Aux_ on Twitter. Be sure to subscribe, follow, like, share. I appreciate all the love. And I will see y'all. Oh, wait. This is the first day of February. Now, it's tricky because it's Black History Month, but in 2023, it's kind of weird. It's at that point where it's like, why we get the month, the shortest month of the year. Black history should be taught year-round. It should be celebrated year-round. So I'm always conflicted on if I'm going to acknowledge it. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, if I acknowledge and say Happy Black History Month, I'm just going on along with the trend of, hey, it's February. So if I'm going to say it in February, I almost got to say it every year, at least once. I mean, every month. Like, hey, Happy Black History Month in March, Happy Black History Month in April. That's the only way. So I said it in February. I have to say it for any time I get on the show now. Happy Black History Month. Do yourself a favor. I was going to make a show. I was going to dedicate shows to highlight Black history, people, or just history that probably doesn't get talked about much, besides the Martin Luther King's, Rosa Parks, Malcolm X's. But then I stopped myself because I didn't want to just present a show where I'm just going to read off some content real quick and throw it out. I really want to understand it. So maybe by the end of the month, I'm going to start reading up on some articles and some books, and maybe it's almost like putting together a presentation. That's how important I think it is. And people should take it when it comes to, not only Black history, but just information in general. That's just me. Then I believe that's it. And I will see y'all at the next episode. Thank you for listening. I'm out of here. Peace.